She thought she had power, but she had no idea who she was dealing with. A neighborhood dispute quickly turned into something much darker when an HOA board member demanded that a young black mother hand over her newborn baby, claiming she wasn't fit to raise the child in their community. What began as harassment escalated into an act so cruel it could have destroyed a family. But what she didn't know was that the quiet man standing by his wife wasn't just any husband. He was a Navy SEAL, trained, disciplined, and prepared to fight for what mattered most. What happened next shocked everyone watching. It was supposed to be the happiest time of their lives. After years of sacrifice and long deployments overseas, Marcus finally returned home to his wife, Alicia. They had just welcomed their first child, a beautiful baby boy, into their family. The couple lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood, hoping for peace, stability, and a safe place to raise their son. For Marcus, who had seen war and hardship, this home was a symbol of everything he had fought for. But from the very beginning, not everyone in the neighborhood welcomed them. Alicia noticed the stares, the whispers, the way conversations hushed whenever she walked by with the stroller. At first, she brushed it off. Maybe people were just curious. Maybe it was nothing. But soon, the tension became impossible to ignore. One HOA board member in particular, a woman named Karen, seemed determined to make their lives miserable. She complained about the babies crying, about Alicia's garden, even about the way Marcus parked his truck in the driveway. Little grievances, meant to wear them down. Still, Marcus kept his composure. He knew discipline. He knew patience. He told his wife not to worry, that they would rise above it. But deep down, Alicia sensed something worse was brewing. And one warm afternoon, her fears came true. The day began like any other. Alicia decided to take the baby for a walk in the neighborhood, letting him soak up the sun. She wrapped him gently in a soft blanket, humming to keep him calm. As she strolled past the pool area, a group of neighbors glanced up, some smiling, others whispering. She ignored it, focusing only on her son. Then Karen appeared, dressed sharply, clipboard in hand, as if patrolling her territory. She blocked Alicia's path with a cold smile. At first, it seemed like another petty complaint, but this time, Karen's demand was shocking. She accused Alicia of being unfit, of endangering her baby simply by being out in the sun. And then, in front of stunned neighbors, she said the unthinkable, that the baby should be handed over to someone responsible. Alicia froze, clutching her newborn tighter. Fear surged through her body, but so did anger. She tried to step around, but Karen grabbed at the stroller, her voice rising loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. Gasps echoed as neighbors pulled out their phones, recording the confrontation. Some whispered, others stepped closer, but no one intervened. Karen, emboldened by the attention, leaned in with venom, threatening to call authorities if Alicia didn't comply. At that moment, Marcus appeared. He had been walking back from the gym, and the sight before him made his blood run cold. His wife trembling, his son crying, and a stranger trying to take what was his. He moved quickly, his steps steady, his presence commanding. Trained to read situations under pressure, Marcus scanned the crowd, gauging the danger. The neighbors looked uneasy, torn between curiosity and fear. But Karen, blinded by arrogance, didn't back down. She accused Marcus too, claiming he was dangerous and unfit to raise a child. The baby wailed louder, the air thick with tension. Marcus kept his composure, but his jaw clenched, his eyes sharp. He had faced hostile enemies on foreign soil, but nothing prepared him for this. This wasn't just about disrespect. This was about protecting his family. The crowd leaned in, holding their breath. Something was about to break. The standoff erupted in a flash. Karen lunged forward, trying once more to yank the stroller from Alicia's grip. Gasps rang out. Phones tilted closer to capture every second. For Alicia, time seemed to slow. She tightened her hold, shielding her baby, her heart pounding with terror. And then Marcus stepped between them. His body became a wall, unyielding, unshakable. His voice, low and steady, cut through the chaos. He didn't need to shout. His presence alone was enough to silence the crowd. But Karen wasn't listening. Fueled by entitlement and rage, she accused him of threatening her. She cried out, demanding the neighbors witness this dangerous man. But the neighbors weren't seeing what she thought they were. They saw a decorated soldier standing tall, protecting his wife and newborn against cruelty. They saw a man pushed to his limit, but refusing to break. Marcus's training kicked in. He didn't lash out. He didn't raise a hand. Instead, he stood rooted, his body shielding his family, his eyes locked on Karen with unflinching resolve. His silence was louder than any words. Finally, the flashing lights of a patrol car broke the tension. Police officers stepped out, alerted by the frantic calls. Karen rushed toward them, spinning her story, painting herself as the victim. But Marcus stood calmly, presenting his military ID, his record of service, his honor. Alicia, trembling but steady, held their baby close as neighbors whispered the truth among themselves. The officers listened, and for the first time, Karen realized no one believed her. The truth unraveled quickly. Witnesses stepped forward, their videos capturing every moment. The police saw it all, the aggression, the lies, the attempt to take a child from his mother. Karen's face drained of color as reality set in. She wasn't the victim. She was the aggressor. The officers escorted her away, her protests falling flat against the weight of the evidence. The crowd dispersed slowly, some ashamed they hadn't intervened sooner, others shaken by what they had witnessed. But Marcus and Alicia didn't need anyone's pity. They needed only each other and their son, safe in his mother's arms. For Marcus, the battle that day wasn't fought on foreign soil. It was fought at home, in the place he had dreamed of building a future. And though he had worn uniforms, carried weapons, and faced enemies before, this moment was different. This enemy was prejudice, entitlement, and hatred, dressed in the guise of authority. As the sun set that evening, Marcus rocked his son gently, whispering a promise that no matter what, he would protect him, that no force, foreign or domestic, would ever take away their dignity, their love, or their future. This wasn't just one family story. It was a reminder of the struggles so many face in silence, a reminder that racism doesn't always hide in shadows. It sometimes stands boldly in daylight, daring to be challenged. And the question remains, how many more families must endure these moments before change truly comes? If this story moved you, take a moment to share your thoughts below. Like this video, subscribe, and join the conversation, because voices united are stronger than silence.